Hello everybody, this is BeBo, and today I am here to show you all about a new game called Cake Duel, which is available now.
Yep, so Cake Duel is a game that we first started at the First Exposure Playtest Hall 2 years ago, and then we had it up for pre-order last year, Gen Con, and now finally, after numerous delays, we're finally here to show you the actual game. So it
Isn't it an adorable
box? Yep, this is the box. It's in a sheep-shaped box with that flips over on the front and a sheep-shaped pouch. And on the bottom of the box too, we also have the hooves that make the sheep as well as the tail. Yeah, so the game is basically centered around sheep. And there's a deck of 20 basic cards, and the idea is you're leading an army of sheep and you're fighting over a scarce resource, which is cakes, in this grand tournament of cakes over here. So I can give a brief introduction to the game, and then we can try playing. That sounds good. So in Cake Duel, as the leader of a horde of starving sheep, you use various sheep troops in order to steal cakes from your opponent. So we got the archer here and the soldier. They're both physical attackers and steal one cake each. They're blocked by the giant shield of the defender. And then we have magic sheep too, of course. So here's a wizard sheep, and the wizard sheep is blocked by the tinfoil hat of the scientist. And then lastly, we have Sir Wolfie, who is not a sheep. So he's not actually allowed in the Grand Tournament of Cakes, but he's doing his best to sneak in with his $10 thrift coat and his ice cream cone on his hat. So when you play this card, he's not actually a legal claim during the game. So because it's a bluffing game, the goal of the game is to steal cakes from your opponent by playing cards face down and claiming what they are. So as an example, if I had, I'm dealt a hand of 4 cards, and I play cards and I say what they are. So I could say this is 2 soldiers, 2 archers, 2 wizards. The constraint is I must say that they're all of the same type. And then my opponent is allowed to play a blocking claim. So if I said these were 2 soldiers, and my opponent said, as an example, this is 1 defender, then I would only be able to take 1 cake instead of 2. But at any time, you're allowed to challenge your opponent if you don't believe that they're playing what they claim. So I challenge, it's not a defender, so instead of taking 1 cake, I would take all their cakes and actually win the round. And we typically play the game, first to 5 wins the duel. So,
Okay.
any questions?
No, I'm ready to play this game.
All right, let's try it out. So
All right,
I have here is Haitao, who is the game designer, and Roger, who is a poor soul we roped into helping with our exhibit booth. So
accurate characterization.
Accurate characterization.
So we're just going to watch them play the first round, and then you and I are going to duel afterwards?
Sure, yeah, sounds like a plan.
Okay.
So I have the 20 cards.
The keeper of these trophies over here.
Very nice.
So the player who goes first will start with 3 cakes. So I'll manage the cakes since it's a large table for this game. And I will deal each player 4 cards. And then Haitao, who has only 3 cakes, will be the person to play the first hand.
So I'll attack with 1 wizard.
Okay. Let's see.
Roger, you should hold your hand just in front of the camera.
Right there in front of the camera
You
for a
should
second.
play in front of the camera.
I can't reach like that.
all right.
So I'm going to play 1 scientist.
So Haitao's played 1 wizard, and Roger's claiming that he's fully going to block this attack with a scientist.
Okay, I challenge.
So Haitao
Oh,
doesn't
dear.
believe Roger, so he's challenging it, and he has discovered
No.
that Roger is lying. So he gets a cake, and that's a whole round.
So the idea there was there are only 3 scientists in the deck, and I have 2 of them, as you can see. So it's unlikely that he had the 3rd one. So that's why I challenged.
So yep, so as you can see, rounds can be pretty fast, or they can be much longer, but I will shuffle. So as Haitao won the first round, I'll move a token over there, since he'll be the blocker, and Roger, as the loser, will get to go first.
Yep.
So I'm dealing the cards, again, 4 to each player, and everyone will grab their cards.
And just so everybody knows,
Yep.
This is a pretty short game.
Yep.
So you're going to face off, we're going to face off, and then we're going to have a grand championship.
All right, that sounds like a plan.
Sounds good. Okay, so I'm going to start off. I'm going to play 1 wizard.
So Roger is playing the same thing that Haitao played last round, just 1 wizard, so now it's Haitao's turn to respond.
1 scientist.
fully blocking the attack, the exact same scenario as last time.
Mm-hmm.
The question is, what will Roger do?
I'll let that go.
Okay.
So Roger is not
move.
challenging, letting it go. So now it's Hightail's turn to attack. No cakes were stolen since the attack was fully
you
blocked.
need to deal one more card to us.
Each player will draw back up to 4, and now it's Hightail's turn to attack.
2 soldiers.
2 soldiers.
So unblocked, this would steal 2 cakes.
All
Now it's
right.
Roger's turn to respond.
I will block with 1 defender.
So Roger blocks one of them with 1 defender, and if Hightail accepts, he will steal 1 cake.
I accept. I'll be steal that cake.
So
There we go.
Hightail steals a cake, he draws back up to 4. Roger also draws back up to 4, and now it's Roger's turn to attack.
All right. I'm going to play 1 wizard.
Roger plays 1 wizard, which was the same thing that he did at the beginning.
I
Now,
Except-
I have a question.
Yes,
Mhm.
Could Hightail then challenge you?
he
for
could.
Yep.
So any claim face down may be challenged.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
if Hightail were to block, then he is implicitly accepting that Roger is playing what he said he played.
Okay.
But I'll let this one go. So
All right.
Have some cakes.
That's right.
Yay. Nom nom nom.
Okay,
Alright.
so draw back up to 4, and Hightail already has 4.
4. 2 archers.
2 archers, which
archers.
would steal 2 cakes. Roger is in
Okay.
the lead with 4 cakes at the moment.
Let's see. Why don't we go for
Roger.
2 defenders?
All right, fully blocking with 2 defenders.
Defenders. Okay.
All right.
Alright.
Fully blocked. Attacker draws, followed
Mhm.
by defender. Now Roger is the attacker, and there are only 2 cards remaining in the draw pile.
Mm-hmm. So let's see. I'm going to attack with 1 archer.
1 archer,
1 defender.
fully blocked with 1 defender.
All right.
All right, accepted.
Go
No
ahead.
cakes transferred. The draw pile is now empty. When the draw
Mhm.
pile is empty, players will actually continue playing with the cards they have in hand. If either player cannot attack because they don't have cards, or they don't want to attack, they can pass. And if both players pass in succession, the player with more cakes
Wins
by
the
default.
round.
Yep.
Got it.
2 soldiers.
Ooh.
So aggressive play from Hightail, since I think that's like the 3rd or 4th soldier played.
It's like a standard play.
There are only 5 soldiers in the set, so
Why don't we go with 1 defender?
Okay.
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 Hightail
Yeah.
accepts,
Yeah.
so
All right.
1 cake is
1
transferred.
cake is transferred.
Now it's Hightail's turn to play. He
Wait,
has 2
no,
cards.
it's
No, I
my turn to play.
It's Roger's turn
You're
to play.
taking my turns, man.
All right.
So I am going to play 1 more wizard.
So 1 wizard, only
Alright.
the stream knows if he's being truthful.
1 scientist.
1 scientist.
I'm gonna call that
only
one.
the
Oh
stream.
no, he got me.
Hightail's
No,
played
Sir
Sir Wolfie,
Wolfie.
who has attempted to sneak into the tournament of cakes, but he is not allowed. So
Alrighty.
Roger wins a victory trophy.
Good game.
All right.
All right.
Whoop.
Oh,
Tie game.
So much for that.
there it goes.
That's right.
All right.
Here we go again.
Here we go again.
We should have gotten 2 decks, and I could shuffle while you guys are playing.
We
Foresight.
should've.
Think, think, think.
Yep, think.
All right.
All right.
All right,
So
2 wizards.
straight off the bat, 2 wizards would steal 4 cakes if unblocked. Very aggressive. play.
Leaving me with no cakes.
Exactly.
And therefore
Losing the round.
losing
So
immediately.
Roger is actually forced to do something. He can't
Mhm.
just pass.
Let's see. You said 2 wizards.
2 wizards, correct.
I'm gonna call that one.
So 2 wizards. Off the bat, Roger calls Hightail out on 2 wizards.
I had 1, as you can see, so
Oh,
I
yeah.
figured the likelihood of him
I
having the
tried.
other 2 is not very high.
All right,
It
come
was a
back time.
noble attempt.
Go big or go home, right?
That's
You know,
right.
that was what I told my parents when I was little when they caught me lying. You know,
Just make the lie bigger until you win.
aren't you glad it was at least an ambitious lie? Aren't you glad I'm an ambitious child?
All right, let's go bigger. 3 archers.
3 archers. So there are 4 archers total in the deck. So Hightail's claiming that in his starting hand he was dealt 3 of them. So it's basically
Go ahead,
pocket
take it.
aces. And
Oh, wow.
Roger is admitting that he has no defenders.
How can you believe that?
So deal 3 cards
Okay.
back, and now it's Roger's turn to attack.
4 soldiers.
Oh,
I
see, I see.
Now you know why
All
you
right,
need to defend.
All right, fine. Two defenders.
So Hightail's claiming 2 defenders.
I'll go ahead and take
All
that.
right.
You sure you shuffled that?
I
that didn't
feel like I did, but perhaps I didn't shuffle cleanly enough. But it's all right. Roger has seen 8 cards now because he played a full hand, and now he's seen another 4, so he has a better grasp on the total card count remaining.
And I think it's Hightower's turn to
Wizard.
attack. One wizard. Okay. I'm gonna play 1 scientist.
Okay, I found that.
All right. Let's see. I am going to play 2 archers.
Two archers. I just probably computing the probability that Roger has 2 archers.
Wait, I started with 3 archers.
And the
He was actually telling the truth.
Probability was 0.
All right. So that means that we're tied at 2 apiece. So,
Oh,
Yeah.
yep, this is actually the deciding match here.
That's right. Drawing it all the way up to the 5th game.
Yep.
I will shuffle extra time just to make sure people aren't getting 3 archers
You know,
or soldiers.
I have not seen very many 2-player dueling games that play this quickly, and I really appreciate it.
Yep, it seems like one like quick 2-player games is fairly rare because most games tend to shoehorn 2-player in at the very end.
Yeah.
And there are also, as far as we can tell, no great 2-player bluffing games because most bluffing games are social deduction and require 3 or more in order
Yeah.
to do it.
I mean, there's like the Munchkin CCG, but that's a much larger scope than this game. I actually have another question. What's the price point on this game?
So this is 25. So
Cool.
we are currently taking pre-orders on the website because we had our first copies ever off the manufacturing run airship to Gen Con. So we've been giving those out on the show floor, but we're also starting to do wider sales now from our website, which is on cakeduel.com, and at some point in the future on standard distributors like Amazon, etc.
Cool.
Yep.
All right, let's get into the last round
Yes.
here.
Sorry to interrupt.
No problem.
No worries.
Intermission, right?
And
Yeah.
I guess.
It's good.
A
Oops.
break before the duel for the final
And
See the
having
attack,
lost,
where people are actually watching too, so
Yeah.
there's stake on the line.
and
Stakes.
having lost the previous round, I go first. So I am going to lay down 2 soldiers.
It's possible the stream just saw Roger's massive bluff or an actual truth. Who knows?
1 defender.
I'll take that.
Alright.
Let me flip that.
Oh!
Wolf, which
Gotcha.
the wolf has an effect that says at the end of turn, reveal face up and taunt your opponent. Has no gameplay effect. It's purely just to annoy or taunt your opponent for the fun of it. So
Yep.
Yep.
We're not going to make him do the dance.
Oh yeah. If our artist were here, she would say when you flip over Sir Wolfie, you got to do the Wolfie waggle, some variant of a dance that helps to taunt your opponent or provoke them, whichever one.
Who is your artist?
Our artist is Ruan Liu, who goes under the handle on the internet typically by Rambling Rhubarb, and she did all the art as well as all the graphic design for this game.
Fantastic.
And originally she was going to come here and stream some of our art too, but then she bailed because there's the big Gen Con artist party, which is happening right now, and she decided going to a bar with fellow artists would be more fun than sitting here streaming.
Well, we'll remember that.
Yeah.
All right.
on stream.
Hightower.
2 archers.
2 archers.
2 archers. Okay, I'm going to put down 1 defender.
All right.
All right,
Yep.
go ahead. Here is your cake.
This was the first time I felt like a card shark, just using a nice felt and swiping the cards away.
Oh,
Yeah, this is
we just need to put money values on these
Different.
chips, and we're
True.
good.
We haven't actually figured out the correct way of doing gambling with this game, but maybe that's a good thing.
All right, I'm gonna play 2 wizards.
All right, 2 wizards.
strong.
I really love this box design.
Thanks.
Who did you manufacture with?
So our manufacturer was Longpack, and we specifically, so originally when we made the game, we had a a standard cardboard box that we made square in order to
Alright,
look like a
challenge.
shape. But I challenge the wizard, and Roger wins
No.
the entire duel as
All
we're
right.
Done.
talking about the box.
Okay.
That's all right.
All right.
That is
Good
all right.
game. Good game. So we're going to
Alright.
go and let Brittany take a shot over here. So we're going to rotate
Okay.
here.
So Hightail, would you like to deal? All right. So I guess you've got a pretty good handle on how the game works.
Oh yeah,
All right.
I play a lot of games, but don't forget Sir Wolfie.
That's
So, yep.
And then there are, of course, advanced cards, but I guess we can add them in
All
later.
right.
Oh.
Oops. So, as the new player, I guess we can decide, would you like to go first, or would you like to have more cakes to start with?
I want more cakes.
You want more cakes? All right. That
That's a
means
decision.
Corey here will go first.
All right.
I'm going to lay out the tokens.
I feel like secretly nobody likes to go first. Never the good move.
And that is actually fairly common. I've been sitting around at the booth and demoing the games, and there's always a little bit of a, when couples come in, they both look at each other for a little while, and they're like, "I don't want to go first. Do you want to go first? I don't want to go first."
Well, one thing we have found though is this is a surprisingly good couples game because it only it's primarily designed for 2 players, but it plays very quickly, and you can kind of just either use it to kill time while more people are coming to a particular game night, or just if you have it on you in the little pouch that we have inside the box.
Yeah, it also does not take up very much table space.
Yes.
I would like to go home with a copy of this because I could totally put this on the plane and I'm with 4 people.
Yep, we have people who have play tested it on a plane for us, and it's thumbs up from them.
Awesome.
Alrighty.
Yep. Okay, so since I'm starting with 3 cakes, I will go first. My starting hand over here, I will just play 1 wizard,
1 wizard. Okay.
which is blocked by 0 or 1 scientists. Or I guess you can play 0 or 1 scientists.
I'll play a scientist.
So Brittany is playing a scientist.
Okay.
I will accept and not take any cakes because it was fully blocked.
Okay.
All right.
I will also play a wizard.
So I will also play a
No,
scientist.
you won't. Flip
You're
that.
calling it,
challenge.
you're flipping it. It is a
Oh,
It is-
scientist.
oh no.
So you get a chip, right?
I get
Yep.
a victory trophy.
Sounds like
Victory
you
check.
had
Alright.
2.
I had 2 scientists, and I
Yeah.
was like, "There's no
It's
way."
reasonable.
Yep. That actually is not true, more than you would expect. But I guess.
So it's
yeah.
the probability that I have a scientist also conditioned on the fact that I'm claiming it. So
Yep.
Right.
in some sense, like whatever the weight is to how much I bluff is added to that end term. So I guess one neat thing is like people have very different playing styles, similar to like how one would do with poker, and you can kind of get a sense for almost like people's gaming personalities as you play multiple
Yeah,
rounds.
how much they bluff, how much they challenge.
Yep.
Yeah.
How much they actually believe you.
You can use this as a proxy for your other human relationships if you want to.
How much does your partner really believe in what you say?
It's a modern version of like the
good to see.
newlywed game, basically.
Yeah.
So since
Alright.
I won the last round, I will start with 4
Oh,
cakes,
yep.
and you will get to go first.
Okay. 3 soldiers.
So an aggressive 3-soldier play, there are only 5 soldiers in the deck, but since I have 2 defenders, I will play them.
All right.
And I showed the stream, therefore it must be true.
Nah.
No?
All
Not buying it?
No.
So she's
All
not
right.
buying it, even though I showed everyone.
Oh,
that-
it
and
was
they
true.
know
Well,
that it was truthful.
You're just gonna keep winning
So, yeah.
stuff.
So
I'm just not afraid to lose. That's
Now,
what
now you
that's
have 2 data points that he's an honest player.
yes, of course.
Don't extrapolate too far.
Yeah, don't extrapolate too far.
Alrighty.
I mean, I have some friends who've definitely like never lied in Sheriff of Nottingham, and I'm just like, never gonna play Sheriff of Nottingham with you.
All right, so we don't have to reset the kicks. It's still 3 to 4, and you get to make the opening move.
I'm gonna play a. Nope, I'm not. Yeah. I'm gonna play an archer.
All right, 1 archer. I will actually accept it and give a
All right.
kick.
Okay.
So, cake over.
I will respond with 2 soldiers.
I will defend with 2 defenders.
Fully blocking that.
Mhm.
But see, I did that last round, and I was truthful, so I'm gonna project my truthfulness onto this and just say, okay, yeah, sure,
Okay.
yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Afterwards, he is going to link hands with everybody here and sing Kumbaya.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's just the kind of person I am.
So it's my go.
Yep.
Mhm.
I'm gonna play an archer.
Oh, small archers.
Single archer, I will block it with a single defender.
You had 2.
I know.
There's 4 on the deck.
But of course, conditioned on the fact that you challenged me twice in the last 2 rounds, and I was truthful both times, I must be telling the truth.
Honestly, with that tone of voice, I would probably
Only
have
the
challenged
streamers
him
know
already.
The actual
Yeah.
Look at how
abilities at the
skeptical.
moment.
I'm so angry, but I'm gonna let you have it.
All right.
All right.
Like the most bitter though.
Get your revenge.
And the thing is, because we play poker style, no one ever knows what the cards are. It's because we
Mhm.
just reshuffle everything.
Yeah.
Yep.
I like it.
All right.
So I will play 1 wizard.
Okay, I will play 1 scientist.
I will think about that. And I'll let it go. All right, sure. Yeah.
That was like the first scientist.
I think so. Yep. That was the first scientist.
Or so we think.
So we think.
All right. I will play 2 soldiers.
I will play 1 defender.
No, I don't.
And
do-
I will flip
don't
that,
play
and
it.
it wasn't enough.
Oh! It pays off. 3rd time's the charm.
He's not always truthful.
But
I was
the
holding on
the
to that
first one was
defender.
truthful. The first one was truthful. The second one, not so
for
much.
3.
So now I will start with 3 kicks because I lost the last round and play the first attacking hand.
Okay,
Come back time.
I'm ready for this. I
All
caught
right.
you in a bluff, and I feel really good about it.
Yep. Do you want to talk about the
Oh, yeah,
special
we can
cards
add
at
these
some
in.
point?
We can add these
Yeah.
in next round. The special
Yeah.
cards.
Yep.
In the playoffs.
Indeed. All right.
Who goes first?
So, given this opening hand, I will play 1 archer.
Go ahead.
Okay, simple.
Undefended
Okay.
there.
And draw back up to 4.
Nope. Yep.
Suspicious draw.
I'll play an archer too.
I will also play a defender.
She didn't play defender.
What?
Yeah, I didn't play a defender. Can't also play a defender if I never defended.
Oh, wait, what?
Bad memory player.
Just messing with you now. I'm sorry. I'll let you
right,
have it.
Right, but it's okay because this was the wolf.
Oh.
Great, now I get taunted.
All right.
It's okay. He taunted me last time. I still won. So
That's true.
there you go.
It's true.
Sometimes
Dang.
that emotional satisfaction doesn't line up with actual satisfaction.
Deep.
Is it my turn?
Yes.
Yep.
I played the wolf as
yeah,
the
it's-
defender, so now it's my turn to
Your turn.
attack.
Yep.
Yes. So I will play an archer again.
I will also let you have that.
All right, so just
Okay.
chipping away at the cakes.
I'll play an archer.
I will play a defender.
I'll let you have it.
All right.
Okay. Clear.
And
Just want to feel this all day. It's so nice.
all right, I will play an archer.
Archers you guys have.
Archer is just-
That's a lot of archers.
I'm pretty sure we are well beyond the 4 that we.
there are
That
four
actually
archers
come in the
deck,
box.
So, all right, just keep chipping away.
Yep, keep chipping away.
So now I have 6 cakes.
It's gonna be like 3 wizards all of a sudden.
Yep. I will play 3 soldiers.
Oh, 3 soldiers. I will play 3 defenders. There are 4.
I know,
Yeah.
but you played like 3 or something.
So this would be my 6th defender.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it would.
Yeah.
The math doesn't add up. but I also don't want to lose.
That
But I'm
last
gonna
pick
lose
right
because we're down to not that many cards, right? How many cards do we have left?
I've got about five cards left. Yep.
But you also only have one cake left, so he's gonna attack you
I'm gonna
next.
call your bluff because I think it's my only shot.
Oh no!
Boo.
It was a rough spot.
But I was with 3 soldiers. I think you lied earlier because you're a
Yep.
monster.
I lied several times that round, yes.
Yeah. But you
As
knew
the
that
stream
the
can
stakes
see.
were too high for me.
I mean, I knew like I was at a cake advantage, and I was also at a trophy advantage, so I just started playing super recklessly
Okay.
for fun.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
This is what happens when you get rich. You just start blowing your money on lies and deceit.
I mean-
a perfect analogy.
America.
Yeah, that's right. A perfect analogy.
America. Yep.
Right.
Oh, I guess-
Okay.
Okay.
So,
Since Roger knows how to play this game, I will just throw in the special cards. So the way the special cards work are there are 10 special sets. They're not really special. We consider them part of the normal game, but they also have a bunch of wonderful sheet illustrations done by our illustrator. So these cards: Scout, Agent U, Angel, Oracle, Priest, Sheepington, Summoner, Socrates, Quartermaster, Assassin. So the way this typically works, we probably won't do it for this stream since it'll be a little bit hard to keep track of, is of the 10, 2 are shuffled in at random. So actually neither player will know what's currently in the deck. So as you're playing, any card from the core set or the special set is actually a valid claim. So you could say that one assassin, or even if he's not in the deck, and your opponent might not even know that you are just completely and utterly lying, up until the point at which they've seen 2 other special cards and they know that the assassin was never in the deck.
okay.
Yep. And
So we, because it's a little bit hard to keep track of, the 2 that we typically like to use are Angel and Assassin. So Assassin steals 5 cakes each, but because he's a physical attacker, he's blocked with a single defender. And Angel, because is a blocker, but negates all cake theft. The disadvantage, of course, is that the person being blocked, or the attacker gets to have a second turn. So it is a powerful block. For instance, 2 wizards could be blocked by a single angel, but the attacker would get to play another hand.
Okay.
So we'll take these 2 cards, the angel and the assassin, and we'll
I
shuffle
think you just
them.
put the other special
yeah,
cards
yeah,
on top
let-
there.
Let me take those out.
Yeah, so we'll shuffle these in, and
Play another round.
play another round.
Should also hand me some more cakes. I feel very cake impoverished over here.
Go first.
Hypoglycemic.
So what did you feel about the game?
I love it. I want to play it against everybody.
All right, yeah, we have time for that, I believe.
It's
So
brutal.
Yep.
It'll be fun, and maybe at some point we'll start adding in just everything. We'll see how zany it can get. So
It is
So I
what-
play against Corey like every day, and he actually lies a lot.
Wow. Okay, so I could have had some insider information
Yeah,
had
you
I
could've.
milked you for information.
Yeah,
before
but
the
it
game.
wouldn't have helped you because he would have just challenged him more. But he did tell the truth in the beginning.
He's a very devious man, which is what it takes to succeed in business, as far as I've been told.
Maybe because he was showing his hand to the street.
That's
he was
true,
being
yeah.
more honest.
Well, I know that play.
Yeah.
The I'm super honest, and then let me turn on you and stab you in the back.
Oh man. Okay,
So-
so I've got more cakes, so that means
That's right,
Corey is
so
going
I'm
to go first.
So I'm playing this wizard.
hmm I'm going to defend with a scientist.
So Roger showed the stream, which means it must be true.
Mhm.
If I'm using that as my tell.
All right,
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
we'll take that.
Yeah.
Okay. Clear those 2 cards out. There we go. Okay, now it is my turn to attack. So I am going to go right out, and I'm going to play 1 assassin.
And you showed, so
Yes.
It must be
obviously it must be
true.
true. Yeah.
So just a reminder, the assassin can be blocked by 1 defender.
hmm
So this defender will block the assassin.
Okay. I mean, emotionally, that feels very unsatisfying. So I kind of want to challenge.
You should always do what your emotions say.
Whatever. Let's just do it.
You're
It's the
trying-
very beginning of the game. Whatever.
You're challenging?
Are you trying to talk me out of challenging?
Just flip it.
Judgment.
So So it was a defender?
It was a defender.
I
Well.
had the read on Corey.
Oh, you had the. Oh, okay.
Well, there we
That's
go.
all I showed. That's
Yep.
the tell.
So that is a victory.
Give me the cake too.
Oh.
Just one.
This one.
All right. So that goes to show you maybe your emotions aren't really a good guide after all.
I mean, it is a bluffing game. Are
Yeah.
your emotions ever a good guide?
I don't know.
Usually not. Usually not.
But the nice thing about this game is if you really don't want to play the round out, you can always just challenge and end the game immediately. So that there's no like slow loss. If you just want to lose, then
Go out with a
you
bang.
just lose.
Yeah, it's an interesting like design thing in that you never feel like you're playing a losing game because you can always just challenge and start the next hand.
Yeah,
So
I do like that. It's very lighthearted and fun and a fantastic design. Oh my gosh, this box. Like, I cannot get over this. I'm just like,
right.
There you go.
We've
There you go.
spent like hours doing that in the office, so just
Yeah.
waving the.
well, and it's magnetic too. You
Yep.
can't see that on the stream, of course, but it is a very cool magnetic box. And I like that it comes in a little bag that you can take with you everywhere. It's so
Yep.
perfect. Okay, I'll stop freaking out now.
No worries, no worries. We love it when people talk and say good things about the box.
Yeah, 'cause then
Good
it
things
makes,
about
like,
the art.
The past like year and
Right.
a half worth it.
Yeah, it really does.
Your move.
Oh. I don't know why I'm saying this. I didn't do any of the
Yeah,
past year and a half of
Roger
work.
has not even known how to play this game except for the past like
4 days.
4 days.
Yeah, pretty much. So I'm going to play one archer to get these things started.
Why would you do that?
Why would I not do
Taking
that?
out your defenders so you can play as assassin.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So Hightail gave me some insider info. I'm just gonna give you a cake.
I don't know for sure, but
Yeah,
All
seems
right.
reasonable.
might be it.
So I will go ahead and play my 2 soldiers.
Okay. And I will block them with 2 defenders.
Show the stream.
Yeah, it must be true. Yeah. Yeah, I have to be consistent. That's how these things work.
I haven't noticed you showing the stream very much.
Oh,
Okay.
that's true.
All right. It's my
I'm a
turn,
little
right?
jealous of the stream too, because
Mhm.
I'm over here like. Well,
I wonder what do you play?
Yeah,
I
we
wanna
we
know.
can't actually see what they have.
Yeah.
Yep. So I will play. Ooh, I will play 1 soldier.
But he didn't show the stream. But it's okay because I have a defender.
Yeah, well,
so
one
Okay.
soldier is like
it
not
doesn't
worth
matter.
bluffing.
It doesn't matter.
All right. I'll let you go ahead with that. Take our cards.
So I'm gonna play 2 wizards.
2 wizards. Oh dear.
That's a play to steal all of his cakes.
Yeah, that's going to steal all of my cakes if I'm not careful.
Have you ever not played for money, but played for real slices of cake?
Oh yeah, we
Did once.
we did try it.
We made the mistake of using ice cream cake, which melts. So
Because we love ice cream
'cause
cake.
we like ice cream cake, but it was like an awful decision. So we were playing cake duel, and the cake was just slowly melting all over the carpet. So
Why was the cake on the floor?
Okay, you don't even know. Don't ask about that part. But the key thing is, if you play a cake duel, it must not be ice cream cake.
Okay.
Yeah,
It was a metaphor,
yeah.
I think.
Sure.
Anyway, we had 2 wizards over here, I
Yes.
think.
More capitalism
Yep.
metaphors.
Right.
I'm going to play 1 scientist. Unfortunately, I do not have
Letting me have
the
2
scientists,
cakes
yep,
and
to
there's
block
the
both of
wolf.
them. Oh no!
Oh, do dance, do
2
dance.
wizards.
Fine, take your cakes.
All right.
Yep.
So I'm going to take some of this. Okay. I am going to play an assassin.
Here it is.
Here it comes.
Will he defend?
I am just challenging it.
Nope.
Look at it.
Oh.
There we go.
No defenders.
I had no defenders, so instead
Yep.
of bluffing because I'm an honest person, I
Mhm.
figured it more prudent
So
to
honest.
challenge, of course. yeah.
And then you lost
And
everything.
then I lost everything.
Just goes to show you, honesty does not pay. life lesson for the audience out there.
That's right. So many life lessons.
I hope there's no children.
Yeah, no, exactly. What is your target audience? If it's like 5-year-old kids, I hope their parents have shut off the stream by now because we're putting terrible ideas
I
into their
wonder if
head.
my 8-year-old is watching this right now. Thanks a lot, guys. I'm gonna go home. My
White
child is
lies.
gonna lie to me all the time.
Right.
But I learned it from your show. Oh, God. All right.
It's fine.
So I think Corey goes first this
Yep.
time.
So I lost, so I get to go first. It's tied 1-1. So
Yep.
I will start things off by
Assassin.
yeah, assassin.
Yeah.
That's
Gonna
right.
play
Plays.
one defender.
It's like normally I would just challenge you out of rage, but because there are stakes, well, there aren't really.
Also, it
stakes,
didn't
but
work
it's okay.
last time.
Yeah, so I'll let it go. Yeah,
All right. You have to play with a cool head.
that's right.
So I am going to play one wizard.
Show the stream.
Yeah. That was a definite hand turn.
Yep.
But he could be lying because I don't actually know why he shows the stream.
I don't know. It's not that hard to rotate your hand this way. Actually, it kind of hurts. It does. It's like this weird outside turn.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
I will play my one angel.
One angel.
That's the first.
That's the first time. It's
First
come out,
angel.
So just a reminder,
Mm-hmm.
Angel fully blocks the attack, but the attacker gets to go again.
Yep.
So even if they play like 3 wizards, you can play 1 angel to block all 3.
Mm-hmm. So.
The day I get a 3-wizard hand is the day I will be a happy person.
It's like basically being dealt pocket aces.
Yeah.
I don't know if I buy that. I think I'm gonna challenge. Let's go. Ooh!
Not an angel.
Oh!
But you would have got to go again. Why did you challenge that?
Because I only had defense cards. So that is an automatic loss if you call.
Didn't have the angel. No, you could pass because you were ahead in kicks. So I would have attacked.
Yeah.
You would have played the cards. You would have gone again, and you could have just passed. In which case.
But passing is boring, so I wouldn't have done it.
That's true. That's true.
Right.
But
We
you
don't do
could've.
anything boring. on live streams.
That's right.
Passing is boring.
There we go.
Dash Roger.
Got to keep the viewers engaged. All right.
So I will
My cards.
start off by playing 2 archers.
2 archers. Okay. I am going to play 2 defenders.
Okay. I
Okay.
accept.
So nothing happens, and we get cards back to bring ourselves back up to 4. So this time, I wish I could ask the stream. It's like
play.
what to play. It's like The Price is Right. You know, they're all yelling like 2, 4, 5. I hate making decisions.
Can't read
But
that.
I'm gonna play 2 soldiers.
Can't reach that. Sorry, guys.
Yep.
1 defender.
Next year we'll just have like secret screens and you can each have your own chat that you can
Yep.
that are behind you.
But they
Oh,
could
God,
be
that would
screaming
be-
out like what the actual card was.
Yeah.
That'd be bad.
That would be bad.
No, like
But
they'd have to be like, you have a Discord channel, you have a Discord
Oh.
channel,
Oh man.
and his screen is behind you, and your screen is behind it.
Do that. That would be entertaining. Yeah.
And so that was 1 defender, right?
Yep.
Sure.
All right.
I'll let that
The
go.
key thing is I didn't show the stream.
Oh. I feel
Still gonna
deeply
cake that.
insulted.
Yeah, that's just it.
Yeah.
Is that because it has no in-game mechanics, it's just insulting.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I said, how could you?
How could you? And
Well,
I've known him
emotionally.
for over what, a decade and a half at this point, almost 2 decades, and I still feel kind of insulted every time he does those.
I also feel like this could be a really good like high stakes live stream thing. Like
Yep.
maybe if you get bluffed by Sir Wolfie, like you
Mhm.
gotta do a stupid dance. Like you can make
Yep.
your opponent do a stupid dance.
Oh, yeah.
Or
Love to see that.
eat a piece of melted ice cream cake.
Yeah, from the carpet.
Yeah. From the dirty carpet
That's
you've been
right.
playing.
Any budding streamers out there, here's your chance. Get yourself an ice cream
Right.
cake, just put it on the carpet.
Available now on Amazon.
Actually, not yet available.
Well, it was
but
a
from the
joke.
website. All right, 1 wizard.
You can probably buy ice cream cake on Amazon now, though, right? I don't know.
I
you
mean-
can buy all sorts of crazy stuff.
At the very least,
try
melted carpet ice cream cake.
Comes with a free game.
Oh God.
Hey,
So one wizard.
One wizard.
One
I
wizard.
will also say, if you made Sir Wolfie plushies,
That's what many people have said. So at some point, we will attempt to do that. Hopefully in the near future.
let me know if you need a person.
All right.
I know a person.
All right.
All right.
Sweet.
I will let that go ahead, actually.
Cool.
So that is 2 cakes for you. Just because I'm still just shell-shocked by Sir Wolfie here. I'm really out of it.
Stun effect.
Yeah,
The
pretty
taunt
much.
effect, the non-gameplay, but maybe mind game effect.
Metagame right there.
Metagame.
So
it does throw you off.
It does. I'm going to play one wizard right back at you.
Scientist.
Scientist.
Mm.
I believe you.
Okay.
I believe you.
Me too.
Yeah, seeing as you didn't have any, you know.
All right. So I'm going to defend. That's right. It's your turn.
What?
It's your turn. No?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Right. Right. So I will just play a wizard again, since Roger has admitted he has no scientists.
Mm-hmm.
I will play the slow bleed game.
Slow pleads game. Well,
It's a lot of
even if I just drew a scientist, you wouldn't believe me.
Yeah.
Because
basically.
you've already decided that that's just not the case.
Well, you didn't block last round. You only played 1 card, so you've only cycled 1 card. So at most, the card you would have had to top deck a scientist.
All right. I'll let you do this.
He did not.
Probabilistically, you did not have a scientist. And
Yep.
I will take the cake.
Indeed. So,
One cake left. Should make
one
some
more
big
left.
plays.
I will take you up on that. I'm going to play an assassin. Stream saw it.
Yeah. It's 5 cakes. I could actually take that right now and still be in the game.
But then you'd have 1 cake left.
Then I would have 1 cake.
And it would just be you staring at your one
So
lonely
I will
slice of
play
cake.
an angel.
Oh my god.
Didn't you already claim that you did? Or was that last time?
Gotta keep track. So Roger's now plumbing the depths of his memory for whether I claimed an angel this round or last round.
There are not very many depths. I
This
have
is
a very
where the
short
card
memory.
Counting
Same.
part comes in.
But I'm also up 1 game, so
That's true.
I could burn a challenge.
Good.
I feel like this is also a perfect game to play in between MTG
Yep.
rounds.
Yep.
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 There's also there was a group of gamers that came by last year and said they really enjoyed this as like mind game practice for the it was like the Star Wars LCG, because there is a
Ooh.
bluffing element where you play force cards face down and your opponent has to like decide which point you started bluffing. So it was, for them, it was like a very good like poker hand, like poker face plus like rapid card shuffling practice.
Yeah,
I can't do the
so
magic
people
shuffle.
do this so you can't keep track of like which cards are old
Yep.
and which cards are new. It's kind of like in Magic, I guess.
Yep.
Well,
Every
I'm-
time.
I'm just gonna let that go.
You should.
Okay.
Well, you get to go again.
You get to go again.
Yep.
Every time I see somebody draw a card like this, I'm like your Magic player.
Oh, yes.
But I think for us, it's like the
Dip
people
it.
who have to shuffle down. It's like definitely a Magic player.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. I'll go easy on him. 1 soldier.
Okay. Give you a cake.
All right.
Get the last card.
Yay.
So the deck is out, so the hands are no longer replenished.
I will actually pass.
You're gonna pass.
So it's now your turn to attack.
Yep. Okay.
Yep, so
I will
you-
attack.
You can always pass your attack. If both players pass, then the round ends and whoever has more cakes wins.
Yep. So I'm going to play 1 archer.
Okay, I'll give you this cake, and I
All right.
will pass my turn again.
So while he's ahead in cakes, he can always pass because
Yes.
if you pass back, then you'll lose. So
Mm-hmm.
it's usually a good idea to pass.
All
in
right.
this case.
One more soldier.
So the question is, what are the 2 cards remaining in Roger's hand? So I could pass because I passed all the previous attacks, so I'll give him. But now I'm forced to do something.
Yep.
So now I have to start playing my cards. But the question is, does he have 2 defenders in his hands, or does he have 2 wizards in his hand, or does he have something even stranger that I have lost the count of in his hand?
2 assassins.
That would be very interesting.
That's like the strongest thing.
They're
Alright,
reproducing
so
in
I
there.
will go ahead and play 1 soldier.
Okay, I'll play 1 defender to block that.
So it was 1 defender, so I'm guessing the next card he has is a defender, so I will accept that.
Okay. I'm gonna pass.
So it is a defender,
hit.
so I'm just going to go ahead and play a soldier.
All right, and I'm gonna play a defender.
Now he's totally out of cards.
Totally out of cards.
So I will accept that,
Mhm.
and then I will play my last archer.
All right. And of course, now I have no cards, so I can't do anything. So that means, unless I challenge him, I lose. Might as well challenge even though it's probably an
Yeah,
archer.
because I was actually counting.
There we go.
So
Good
that's
game.
that's
Good
the
game.
If you're
That was a hard fought.
that was a
not
hard fought.
victory.
Yeah. Hard fought.
Now it's tied.
It's a war of attrition right
That's
here.
why I played a
Yeah.
war of attrition,
Mhm.
just to get back to 2 trophies.
Yep.
It's perfect though.
So that's like, if there are 2 very serious players, that's more what the game looks like, versus if it's a bunch of people just having fun. I might have just challenged Roger on his first block to my assassin.
Yeah.
I've just been like, no, like, I don't think you have,
Mhm.
like a rage-filled challenge.
Yep. Yep. Well,
So-
as we already demonstrated, that doesn't work. I tried it. Did not work for me. So
All right. So
All right.
this is for the final
round.
That's
Yep.
right.
sheep
And since you
championship.
won, I think you get the extra cake.
I have to ask though,
Mhm.
what do sheep and cake have to do with each other?
So the theming of this game is sort of strange. So originally the game we prototyped on poker cards, but we didn't have a good name for it, so we called it Monkey Poker. But our artist was like, I hate monkeys, like I'm not drawing monkeys, so she originally drew it with people, but it wasn't themed very well, so eventually we were sitting around one day and asking like, what's everyone's favorite animal? And so for Haitao thought sheep were really cute, because we're just like, what animals do people think are cute? And normally people say cats, but Haitao said sheep, so we just ran with it.
Awesome.
And these were originally, the original design was like around life points, but that wasn't very cute. So we're just like, well, what else do we like? And people liked cake, which he said kind of ironically, but in the end we just took that theme and ran with it.
That's amazing.
So my understanding is you can't actually really feed sheep cake, so don't do it in real life, because it's actually bad for them.
Oh yeah, well this is another one of those things that the kids on the stream
That's
watching
right.
are gonna go do.
Yeah, they'll
Yeah.
just take an ice cream cake and feed it to a sheep, then throw it on the floor.
Hopefully, any FDA, USDA employees watching the stream, please don't make us put a warning on the box. It would really ruin the design.
It already says 8 and up,
Mhm.
because you might choke on these tokens. So you would not want to choke on these tokens.
Indeed. All right, so I will start off. I'm just going to go all in. I've got 3 soldiers.
You wouldn't bluff that on the final match, would he?
Never.
Never.
Show the stream.
Well, he probably has it. Alright.
Yeah, it's that awful feeling of I probably lost.
Alright, 1 defender.
All right, I'll take it.
Okay, cool.
So that's 2 cakes over here.
We're doing that now.
Yeah.
My little arms are not gonna reach that far. So.
Need the what is it? Like on the craps
Set
table,
up.
they have the
Looking
big
at
hook.
Oh, you could, yeah.
Yeah.
So now
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, you have some
Oh,
information.
okay.
Now
This
you
is like the post-viewing log.
Right.
Yeah.
We made mistakes. Like we
As
could've-
suspected.
1 wizard.
like the ESPN analyst sitting in the back, just going
It's
like,
like,
why did they make
very
that play?
interesting.
Yep.
Statistically.
That was incorrect.
Say that again.
1 wizard.
1 wizard. Okay, I'm gonna go 1 scientist.
Challenging that. Damn.
It is a
Oh,
scientist.
Whoa.
Did you have 2?
I had 2.
Went out with a bang on that one. I didn't get a chance to play Sir Wolfie.
Aw.
So
Um,
it was
It's okay. I have a pretty tame taunt. It's just me going to the other person. So
I'm gonna gift that.
Oh God, please don't do this. There are already gifts of me at work, so hopefully those don't make it out into the general public. But
Fair enough.
I've already been in enough gifts for a lifetime.
Okay.
I'm okay with that. All right.
Well, we have about 10 minutes left, and I just wanted to ask you guys a couple questions
Sure.
about the game and its development and design and how it came to be.
Sure.
So, how did it come to be?
I guess Hightow originally came to us with this card game that he had apparently dreamt up while he was sleeping on a random day. And
Yeah,
said,
sometimes I dream of games being played. Not like in this form, but in like a very abstract form.
Okay.
So
as someone who majored in math, like that's
I would say that's like the initial conception, and then there was like a lot of playtesting.
I would like to let you know that every designer watching the stream right now is really mad that your game designs come to you in your sleep.
Well, it's like a very abstract form. You know, you have like some abstract thing of like things shooting each other in space. That's kind of like the level I'm talking about. So I guess in the dream it's like you are playing attackers and blockers and like dueling each other.
But anytime somebody asks you, like, how did this game come, you can be like, it came to me in a dream.
Yeah, the other answer is like you just try dozens of concepts and eventually one works out.
That's-
That's not as exciting.
I mean, yes, that's fair.
Yeah.
So-
And is this your company's first game?
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
cool.
So this is actually the first game. So originally we did a lot of contract mobile development work, and so we were looking to kind of like get our feet wet with our own titles, and we thought instead of trying to release on the App Store, which has like visibility problems, it's a much bigger pond, why not make a smaller game in the board game market, which I guess visibility is a little bit easier here because there aren't as many new titles being released every day like there are on Steam. So we took Hightow's dream idea and attempt to convert it into a game.
Awesome. Have you considered going mass market with it at all? Like outside of obviously online sales?
Yes, well we have considered it. It's mostly which distributor is going to return our emails.
Oh, okay.
As the standard, so it's like sort of in our control, but not really.
Right, I
So,
know how that goes.
Yep.
I used to work for a distributor. Also, so did Longpack give you a bunch of help with the box design, or did you guys come up with this? Did it come to you in a dream?
No, I can talk a little bit about the box
I'm
design.
obsessed
He did
with
the entire box
So-
design.
Like I said, when we originally made the prototype for this box, we serendipitously just had a square box, and our artist, because she was being actually very lazy at the time and didn't want to come up with a proper box design, just drew a face on it. And when she drew the face on it, we're like, well, that's pretty cute. Maybe we should just continue with the face on the box, and that's how we ended up with this square sheet with the face and the hooves and the tail. And then this has been like the biggest case of feature creep that I've ever seen on packaging before. But
Yeah.
after we had the box, it was originally a what they call like a front roll tuck box, where if you had the cardboard, there would be the two little things that would tuck into the side. But the problem with that is the edge of the cardboard tends to wear out.
Yep.
Every time you miss the edge, you damage the corrugated section a little bit. So we needed something that would be a setup type box that would actually sustain repeated openings. So the reason for the hinge is my personal beef with this thing where if you have a two-part box, you open the box and then you put the cover underneath the box, it often gets stuck, especially with boxes that have very tight fits. So I was like, I hate that. Let's just go with a hinged box. So that was like feature creep number one. The second part is the game itself. Like we wanted the game to kind of be easy to open and play with instead of having like a ton of setup and stuff. So we ended up doing this insert that we that basically with this insert, you have like a slot for both the tokens and the cake tokens as well as the cards that basically slot directly into here. And we wanted to make it really easy to kind of just go in, grab the sets you need. So there's like three different compartments.
Yeah.
And this this particular design we did mostly because once we had committed to a square box, which obviously was now driving every single decision.
Right.
Based on that, like cards are not square, so obviously if you just put them in sideways, you would still have to reach into the box, and there were a number of like design constraints that started to pile up. So we made this diagonal box with the hinge, and now I was stuck with the task of like making an insert that would actually fit this particular design. So I went with this really strange like diagonal cut. So the original plan was to have this insert vacuum form, but it turns out we made the constraints on the edge and the width so tight that we could no longer vacuum form it. So in another bit of feature creep, we ended up with a fully injection molded box, which is what you see here. So this insert actually is fully injection molded. It stands alone. You can store your game in it. In fact, you can probably store other games in it because this thing will last like forever, basically. And
Corey and Haitao and Ruan, the artist who is not here, they were ambitious. They were looking at some stuff. We're in Silicon Valley, all of us, and so there were boxes in the apartment. There were like the box for the Google Home, which is as I recall, $199 device that plugs in and talks to the internet and has like the Google Cloud on it. And this box is actually very similar to that. And so they were definitely looking at grand schemes. They did come up with a very nice box for it, but some of the feature creep was.
Box that I've seen in a long time. So.
That's good to hear. Yeah. And you've played plenty of games, so.
I think I have over 900 board games now. So it's, yeah. I had to buy a house just so I would have an attic to store all of it. It's like, can't keep renting forever if I want to keep collecting board games. What am I going to do?
What is that like? You go up to the realtor and you say, and they ask you, why are you buying a house? And you've got a family? You're good? No, I need to put my board game somewhere.
So I just like didn't tell them. I was like, listen, I need an attic and a basement. Those are my requirements. Also a studio for board gaming.
I mean, if you start saying, I need a basement, but you don't explain why you need a basement,
Yes.
then the realtor starts going, okay.
No windows either. Not any windows. Has to be completely black, fully underground, and the foundation needs at least like 4 inches of cement.
I'm not a mad scientist, I swear. Awesome.
Yep.
Well, thank you so much for showing us Cake Duel. The box is
Thank you for having us.
honestly an artistic masterpiece. So keep an eye out for Cake Duel or pick it up at your booth. What is your booth number?
Our booth number is 3006. If you're stopping by the hall, but we are actually really running out of copies. So if you're going to do that really soon, probably tomorrow, first thing. And our artist is also at the artist showcase at booth 81. Although her stuff is nothing like this, it's more standard, traditional painted stuff like you would find on Magic cards, etc. So don't be afraid when you don't see any sheeps at our booth at 81.
Would you maybe sell some sheep art at some point, like prints? I'm just saying, I would hang.
we do
are
have the posters.
giving away posters
Oh.
at our booth. So if you would like a sheepy poster, which we don't have one here with us at the moment, but we are giving those away. And if you come and there are no games available, we'll still probably give you a poster.
Okay, fair enough. So you heard it here. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and thank you for watching. Have fun at Gen Con, and tune into our next stream.